children. Now today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 3, The Empty Pot, and it is a Chinese folk tale. Actually children, this story is a folk tale because it means a kind of story which is passed through generations by retelling, especially through our grandparents. Now let's get start our chapter. The Emperor of China was worried. He was getting old and had no heir to rule the kingdom after his death. He decided to hold a contest among young boys and girls. He declared that whoever would grow the best bean plants within 6 months would become the next emperor. They had to use the royal seeds which would be distributed from the palace. Now children, listen carefully. I am going to explain this very para. The Chinese emperor was very worried about his kingdom, that who will look after him, as he had no issues. Issues means children. And he was getting old day by day. So he decided to organize a contest among young girls and boys. He declared that the winner of the contest will become the next emperor of Chinese empire, and the contest was to grow the best bean plant within 6 months. But actually children, it was not so easy, as there was a condition that everyone had to use the royal seeds provided by the palace officials. Now coming to our next para. The announcement caused great excitement. Thousands of children traveled across the kingdom to the palace and returned home with their precious gift. Coming to our next page. In a small village lived a young boy called Huang. He was known to have a green thumb. The best fruit and vegetables grew in his garden: juicy melons, crisp cabbages, and sweet peas. Huang, too, went to the palace and brought back the little royal seeds cupped safely in his hands. Now, I'm going to explain this very para. There was a great excitement among children. Thousands of children traveled from across the kingdom to the palace and returned with their precious, means valuable gift. In a small village of China, there lived a young boy, Huang. He was well known for his green thumb, that is, mean to be very good in gardening. The best fruit and veggies grew in his garden, like juicy melons, crisp cabbage, and sweet potatoes. Huang too went to the palace and brought back the royal seeds safely in his hands. Children, now coming to our next para, that is para number 3. When he reached home, he carefully prepared the pot for the royal bean plant. He spread large stones at the bottom, then covered them with pebbles. He filled the pot with rich black soil. Then he placed the seed tenderly on the fertile bed and finally covered it with light soil. Huang watered his pot every day and waited anxiously for the first green shoot to appear. One day, a ripple of excitement spread through the village. Chang's seed was sprouting through the soil. Quan's plant grew little green leaves next, and then Shan's, but not Huang's. He was puzzled. None of these boys was a better gardener than he. Now listen carefully, children. I am going to explain this very paragraph. After reaching home, Huang prepared the pot for the royal seeds by spreading large stones at bottom, then covered them with pebbles. He filled the pot with rich black soil and tenderly means softly or carefully, placed the seeds on the fertile bed and covered softly with soil. He watered the plant pot daily and waited very anxiously, means eagerly, for the first plant to appear. But suddenly there was a ripple, means a kind of feeling of excitement in the village as Chang's seed was sprouting through soil. Then Quan's plant grew little green leaves next, and then Shan's also. Except Huang's, he was quite puzzled, and none of them were very good in gardening. Now, next para. Soon, everybody in the village had plants with shoots. They took great care of their plants. They placed them in the sun. They built stone fences around their pots. They guarded their plants from anyone who might accidentally or not so accidentally tip them over. Bit by bit, the sprouts grew into saplings, but not Wong's. His seed just would not grow. Wong was confused. What was wrong? He decided to pot his seed again. He used the very best and richest black loam from his garden. He carefully crumbled the soil with his fingers. He placed the seed very gently into his new bed. He kept the top soil moist and he watered the pot every day. Still his seed would not grow. Now children, I am going to explain this very paragraph. Now everybody in the village had plants in the pots. They all were taking good care of their plants. They placed the pot in the sun, prepared stone fences around their pots, and guarded them very promptly. With the passage of time, the sprouts grew into saplings except Wong's. He was confused, so he decided to pot his seed again. He used the best and richest black loam soil from his garden. He carefully mixed the soil with his fingers and placed the seed very gently into this new bed, and always keep the topsoil moist and watched it daily. Still, there was no sign of growth. Now, children, I am going to explain our next pattern, the next page. Everybody plant now had strong, sturdy stalks, but Huang's pot remained stubbornly empty. Huang repotted his seed yet again, this time using a natural fertilizer, but his seed simply would not grow. Poor Huang. Finally, the day for judging the plants came. Chang, Quan, Shan, and hundreds of boys and girls from across the country polished their pots and dusted the leaves. They carried their heavy pots to the palace. Each plant appeared taller, shinier, and greener than the other. Huang did not know what to do. "How can I go?" he cried. "My seed just would not grow. My pot is empty." "Don't be upset, Huang," said his father. "You did your best." "Yes," added his mother. "Huang, you should carry your pot to the emperor." Now this is the paragraph. I am going to explain this very paragraph. Now everybody's plant had strong, well-built stalks except Huang's. His pot was still without any sign of growth. He repotted again using natural fertilizer this time, but the result was same again. Finally, the judgment day came. All the children cleared their pots and dusted the leaves. They carried their pot to palace. Each plant appeared taller, shinier, and greener. On the other hand, Huang was totally confused and cried as his pot was still empty. Huang's father consoled him and said he did his best. His mother also told him to go with the empty pot to the palace. Now coming to our next paragraph. Listen carefully, children. Our next paragraph, that is paragraph number 6. Huang felt very embarrassed carrying his empty pot to the palace. Everybody he passed on the way carried pot with huge plants. There was a great air of anticipation at the palace. The children lined up in rows with their wonderful plants. They chattered and pointed at each other's plants. Huang stood silently while the others pointed at his empty pot and laughed at him. The emperor arrived and walked down the rows of his plants, scowling at each one. The children began to tremble. Why was he so unhappy? The hall was filled with beautiful plants. Finally, the emperor reached Huang, who hung his head even lower. The emperor frowned harder. What? He thundered. Have you dared to bring me an empty pot? This is the paragraph. I am going to explain this very paragraph. Listen carefully. Huang was feeling embarrassed carrying empty pot to the palace, as everybody he passed on the way carried pots with huge plants. There was a great sense of excitement about something all around. All the children there lined up with beautiful plants. All were pointing at each other plants. Huang stood silently while others were laughing at him. Soon the emperor arrived and walked down the rows of plants, scowling at each one. Children were a bit afraid on seeing the emperor unhappy. The entire hall was filled with lovely plants. Now the emperor reached Huang, whose head was hung lower. The emperor thundered and said how he dared to come with an empty pot. Now coming to our 7th paragraph. Huang bit back his tears. If you please, your majesty, he said. I tried my best. I planted the royal seed in black loam, keep it moist and watered it every day. It would not grow. I repotted it in fresh soil and still it would not grow. So potted it again. I added natural fertilizer, but it just did not grow. I am sorry. Huang stared at his feet. Now I am going to explain this paragraph. Huang was crying and also trying hard to control his tears. He said to emperor that he planted the royal seed in black loam and watered daily even though it didn't grow. He repotted it again in fresh soil. Again he used the natural fertilizers, but all the time no sign of growth. He said that he was very sorry for this. Now I am going to explain the last paragraph of this chapter. Listen carefully. Aha, said the emperor. Very good. What? Huang could not believe his ears. The emperor was laughing. He turned to the rest of the hall and his expression changed. I don't know where all of you got your seeds, he said sternly. All the royal seeds we distributed had been cooked. It was impossible for them to grow. Then he turned back and patted Huang on the back. Listen, children, this is the last paragraph I am going to explain. Suddenly the emperor appreciated him and said, very good. Huang didn't believe his ears. The emperor laughed loudly and now he turned towards the rest of the children with a changed expression. He said that he was completely shocked to see the various plants in everyone's pot because it was next to impossible that the royal seeds sprouted, as the royal seeds had been cooked before distributing among them. He turned back and patted Huang for his truth. This is the end of the chapter, children. Now coming to the moral of the story is, we must always be honest even when it is difficult. It means we should not tell a lie, whatever be the situation. We should remain truthful in every difficult situation. This is the end of the story. Now go through the story twice or thrice. You can take help from your parents by pausing the video in between as per your convenience. And for the written part, you have to visit your school site. Thank you and have a nice time.